Hi everyone, this is Mohi from Singapore Maths Academy. I want to take you through this question that I posted a few days ago, and I know that quite a few of us have answered and some of us have struggled, and some of us may have answered but we're not really sure as such how to get there and how to explain to our children. So I thought I'd take some time out and go through this question with you, so hopefully it'll make more sense. Now at Singapore Maths Academy, we use sometimes, most of the times, a very visual approach. So here you can see that this question is visual in essence, but how do we solve this, because it seems very abstract? So what would we do with our children? Well, the first thing is I would ask, okay, what are the facts that we know? We know that the longer length, which is called a length, and the width of this two identical rectangles are 20. That sum of the length and width is 20, right? So let's write that down. Actually, instead of just writing length add width equals 20, that doesn't really do much. Maybe we can use algebra. That might be a possibility. Okay, what I might do though is I know the length is a longer side, right? So I'm going to draw a longer side here, and the width I can see is a shorter side, so I'm going to just quickly draw something like that here. And I know that all together, both of these together, is 20 centimeters. What else do I know? From looking at this, I can tell that I've got two sides here, the length and the width, together in this case. I've got here, I can see the width, right? We don't know what that is. And on top of that, I've got here the length. Okay, so we've got the length and the width here as well, and I can see that the difference between the length and width is 4 centimeters. So similarly, I know that up to here they're the same, right? The two bars, and the difference between the two bars, difference between length and width, is 4 centimeters. So that's going to be 4 centimeters. So I've got this problem now, right? Visually, I can see it much more clearly. And those who are with us at Singapore Maths Academy, when they see something like this and they've had experience of it, they'll know what to do. They'll know that this bar here, right, the width bar, is also in the length bar. Do you know what I mean? It's also here. So these two are exactly the same up to this point, right? Up to that point, the width bar and the length bar are the same. What's different is the difference, right? The part that makes it different, which is all of that, right? That's 4 centimeters, we know. So if I take away this 4 centimeters from the 20 centimeters, 20, take away 4, let me do that in black so you can see a bit more clearly. 20, take away 4 centimeters is 16 centimeters. So now I've got two equal parts, right? Let me do that again. I've got two equal parts, two equal bars that are equal to 16 centimeters. And so what does that mean? Well, each of those parts must be 16 divided by 2, which is 8 centimeters. This must be 8 centimeters and this must be 8 centimeters. That's 16 altogether. We already know that's 4. That makes 16 add 4 is 20. Perfect. That must mean the width is 8 centimeters. We've got that. And the length must be 8 plus the 4, which is 12 centimeters. So now that we've got the length and the width, it asks us to find the area of each rectangle. How do I do that? Well, I know that now this is, what did I write? 12? Yeah, 12 centimeters here and 8 centimeters there. 8 times 10 is 80, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 12 must be 16 add 80, which is 96 square centimeters. And that's the area of each of those rectangles. Does that make sense? Did the bar model help us to understand that? Yes, we could also use algebra, no problem. But if your child is in year 5, for example, at the beginning and they haven't touched on algebra, how would we solve this? You can't just jump into algebra if they haven't been taught algebra yet, right? So this is another way to approach this question without algebra. And of course, in the future, when we do cover algebra, then this question could be seen as x add 4, and x add 4 equals to 20 centimeters, And so 2x plus 4 equals 20. Therefore, 2x must equal to 16 and x must be 8. And that's exactly what we've done. So the bar model approach is pre-algebra. And when they get to algebra, because they've seen this so often, they've seen the unknowns with bars so often, they'll just know what it means. A much more easier path to algebra rather than a rocky, turbulent path when we do touch on algebra. Hopefully that makes sense. Let us know how you feel the question was for your children, how they felt with it. Were they struggling with it? Were they fine with it? Does this approach make sense to them? Yeah, give us some feedback and we would love to hear from you. Take care, everyone. Bye.